After an accident that fractured his spine and put him in a wheelchair, local artist Gary Crosby began to yo-yo in and out of depression for 3 years. However, Gary soon found therapy in painting after his wife bought him a painting set as something for him to do. 2 years later, and Gary has created over 200 paintings and has decided to sell his work and put forward the proceeds to the Veterans Club. Gary says that he wants to help veterans paint and write down their stories as a source of coping with things.
I was just getting up and sleeping all day, going to bed at night, sleeping all night, and this carried on for 3 years. And my wife bought me some little painting sets, and I started painting, and it just escalated. It went beyond. I finished up with loads and loads of paintings, and I didn't know what I was going to do with the paintings, where I was going to put them. And then I met with an area coordinator, and they asked me if I could do a painting for the Veterans Club for them to sell and raise a bit of money. And I thought, well, what better, instead of just doing a painting, selling all my painting and giving them all the money. So that's what I'm working on at the minute, selling the paintings and getting as much money as I can and giving it to the veterans. And I'm quite excited about it because I'm thinking how powerful it would be to get these veterans to not only paint pictures, but to write their experiences down and actually put that in exhibition. I think that would be a really good thing to do for everybody, really, to show for the veterans as a process of coping with things, but for everybody else to see how they do cope and their experiences.
After being asked to paint a picture for the Veterans Club, the self-taught artist decided to rather sell his paintings and make the Veterans Club the beneficiaries. Veterans Club founder Sandy says that Gary should be able to inspire everybody.
I suffered my own traumas through the military and through private contracting work, and then little by little there wasn't the community support. So we started the club in Swansea and we expanded, and it's really taken off. So I met Gary now through a guy called Dan Garnell, who was a local area coordinator for Swansea Council. So Dan had put the two dots together. He realised that Gary had a talent and we had a need, and he put the two of us together. And then Gary's very generous offer of selling his artwork and donating to Veterans Club. So Veterans Club are only volunteers, no one's paid. So any money that comes from Gary or any other source goes direct to the guys that need it. Oh, Gary can inspire everybody. You know, he's magnanimous, fantastic gesture that he's doing, but going what he's been through and then coming out to do the artwork at the standard that he's doing and being picked up to excel to a different level by a mentor is fantastic. But he should be able to inspire everybody. You know, if you're in a hospital bed somewhere and you think there's no purpose, well, look again, look what he's achieved.
While Gary's main passion is painting, he says that art can be anything, which is what makes it so great.
Art is a wonderful thing, and art doesn't have to be a painting a picture. It can be poetry, it can be thoughts. And I'm quite excited about it because before I decided I was going to send the pictures and sell them for the veterans, I was just painting and putting them down and painting, and it didn't mean anything to me. And then when I decided what I was going to do with the veterans, and then I started thinking of how we can get the veterans involved in different things, and I just think it'd be inspiration for everybody. I mean, we can't imagine what these people have gone through, and yet we just leave them on their own when they finish whatever they're doing. And I don't think it's right. So this is why I want to help the veterans and get their thoughts down on paper.
Gary hopes to continue with his painting so he can further help veterans. Nicole Lucius, That's TV.